So you want to know, what are you supposed to do with your life? What is this big dream? What is this all about, right? You want to know, basically, should you trust your intuition? Is your intuition always right? Yes, it is. And I'm going to share with you 3 things you can do to try and figure out what you should do with your life. So how can I be so sure intuition is always right? Well, I was just like you. I questioned it. I wasn't sure, if my intuition would be right all the time because I didn't know really which was my intuition, because we have intuition and we have an ego, and they can sometimes mess things up for us, right? So I started doing some digging, and that's what led me to writing The Cosmic Warrior. So I wrote this book for people who are curious like this, right? Because I didn't have this guidebook before. So if you're like me and you want to know all about, you know, the new age world, and you don't know where to go get The Cosmic Warrior. You can get it at Amazon. I can put a link below. But trust me, this is just a beginner's guide to uncovering all of this. Okay, it might be helpful if I explain the difference between ego and intuition. Okay, so ego it's sort of that voice in your head that analyzes things. It second guesses you. It basically makes you revisit your past, okay? So it's there all the time, and it gives you like doubt. In fact, I believe ego is what's causing all the stress and anxiety, okay? It's making us analyze things. And the reason we have ego is it's basically for survival, right? It makes sure that we eat and we have shelter and, we're aware of danger. But if we rely on that all the time, we're not going to actually hear our intuitive voice. So, what's the intuitive voice? What's our intuition that we're supposed to listen to? How do we know what that one is? Well, your intuitive voice is going to be lighter. It's going to actually, make you feel lighter, even, right? So think about it as something that wants only what's good for you. It's trying to guide you towards your path of good. It wants you really to be, happy and thriving. And sometimes that can be really confusing when you're listening to both voices. So I'm going to give you a really easy test you can try right now. This is actually going to help you understand which one is the voice that's going to help you, lift and feel good. So I want you to close your eyes. Put your feet, shoulder width apart, relax your shoulders. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in and let it out. Then take another deep breath in and let it out. Okay, so you're feeling a little relaxed. Now, I want you to ask yourself a question you know the answer to be no. So you can say, should I, eat chocolate ice cream tonight or something like that, right? Just ask yourself something that you know to be no. Okay, what does your body do? Does it move forward, left, back? Does it tighten? Okay, now ask yourself a question that you know the answer to be yes. Ask your age, ask, where you live, ask if you, have a boyfriend, girlfriend, married, any question that you know to be yes, okay? So now analyze, what is your body doing, okay? Think about it. When you know the answer to be yes, it moves easier. It doesn't constrict, right? So that's a really quick, easy test for you to start practicing on yourself so that you can actually get used to knowing which one's your intuitive voice telling you something and which one's your ego. Once you start practicing, getting to know which one's your intuitive voice and which one's your ego, you're going to start realizing that your intuitive voice comes really fast. It comes almost immediately, right? And the ego voice, it might take a little bit, right? So it's basically analyzing and it's trying to find out all the cautions for you. Okay, so this is one of my favorite things to have somebody do to try and figure out what they should do with their life, okay? So I want you to take out a pen and paper, right? So take out a pen and paper and start writing, because when you actually type something, it doesn't actually work the same way with your brain. So I want you to actually take out, a writing utensil and some paper and start writing out your biggest dreams, your biggest goals, your wishes, okay? And I want you to write it as if it's happening or it already happened, okay? So write your life out exactly how you would dream it to be. Don't leave anything out. Any little detail you can do, write it in there, okay? So write this out really, really well. And then I want you to stop and read it back to yourself. I want you to read it back to yourself at least 2 times. And think about, what does your body do when you are reading that? Is your body just, really excited and just, sort of like, so amped and full of joy and excitement? Or are you sort of like, kind of cool, like you like it, but it's not actually like, getting your heart racing, if that makes sense, right? So I want you to write it out, but I want you to read it back and think about, what is your body doing as you read it back? Even if you know what the story is, your body should still be like filled with excitement if it's something that you truly should be going after. Okay, I know there are a lot of you out there who are going to think, I don't know what I want. I can't write that out because I'm confused. Well, this is another way you can actually get to that. I want you to start writing out everything you don't want. All the things that that are not making you happy right now, or people are telling you should do it and you just don't want it, right? So write all that down. Write down, the whole list of everything you can think of that is not right, okay? So this is actually going to help you, eliminate all the wrong choices so that you can actually start seeing what might be possible. Look, it's worth mentioning that you don't have to know what this answer is. You don't actually have to know, what you should do with your life. It can also be a total big, amazing journey you're on, right? So don't beat yourself up. I want you to take a breath, relax, and try and, take a step back from it for a second and try and think, why are you putting so much pressure on yourself to figure this out? Is it because of you, or is it because you feel like you haven't hit the milestones that you're supposed to, or, pressure from somebody? Why are you so curious what this is? Or, are you just sort of confused which way you should go? You got two choices right now in front of you. So there can be a lot of reasons why you're seeking this. And I just want you to take a step back for 1 second and breathe and realize that it's okay not to know, the big dream, the big goal, the reason for your life. It's okay to actually, be wandering. Okay, so this third thing I want you to do, you're not gonna like because it's what nobody wants to do. It's get out of your comfort zone. Because you know what? Your comfort zone is literally the place where dreams die. It's the reason you're not chasing your dream, because you're too comfortable. And you might think, I'm not comfortable at all. You are. Until you take that step out of your comfort zone, you are super comfortable. I'm telling you right now. So I want you to think about one step you can take. It could be tiny, but I want you to take one step towards, a new change, a new life, a new path. It could be, on the same road you're on, but just one more step, okay? So I want you to be uncomfortable and be okay with failing. Be okay with people seeing you fail. Be okay with not having it all planned out and correct and messy and making mistakes, okay? I need you to actually get out of your comfort zone so you see that that's where the real fun is. That's where you're going to really figure this out, is taking that big step, taking that little step, taking that huge jump. Whatever it is you're comfortable doing, I want you to take that. I want you to get out of your conditions right now and push yourself. Put yourself into something that scares you, that, makes you feel uncomfortable right now. But you know that you need to do it because you have to see, is that the right step? Okay, the last bit of advice I want to give you is I want you to think about, what do you do when nobody's watching? What would you do if you had all the choice in the world to go do it? What do you think about when, you're bored? What do you want to play? What kind of lights you up, okay? Think about what gives you energy versus what takes energy from you. So when you really like something, when it is so right for you, you have all the energy in the world, right? You can do it for hours. But when it's something that, you don't really want to do, all of a sudden we're tired, right? All of a sudden we have to eat, or maybe we have to take a nap, or so many other things come into our head, right? But when it's something that we love, we can lose track of time. So I want you to start thinking about, what are those things that do that for you? It can be anything. There is no wrong or right answer to this, but that is a huge clue for what you should be doing, in your life, what you should be, focusing on more, what you should be chasing. And it's probably the biggest clue of all for what you should be doing with your life. So I want you to trust your intuition. I want you to trust that, that voice inside you that is pushing you to do something, to stay, in the path that you're supposed to. It's supposed to be telling you, and it doesn't always feel good. It's not always like, oh, this is so nice and soft. No, it's going to tell you to do things that maybe you don't want to, but you should. Okay, so that's your intuitive voice. I want you to trust that. I want you to also listen to your ego, because it is there to protect you. It is there, for a reason, but don't just follow that one. Follow your intuitive voice. Follow what lights you up, and follow what brings you energy, because that's how you are going to bring more energy to this world. And that's really what this is all about. Hey, hit that subscribe button, okay? You don't want to miss an episode. Also, share and like this. And of course, leave a comment. I love getting comments. And, check out these other videos. As well as, if you want to find me, check me out on Instagram and, of course, TikTok.